We are so close to feasting on our favorite Thanksgiving meal dishes here and also spending time with family and friends. But there can be a lot of food and waste there attributed to this holiday. However, there are ways to still eat great food and be kind to our planet.
Well, here to help us with how is dietitian and nutritionist Nicole Dandrea-Russert from purelyplanted.com. So thank you so much for joining us and happy Thanksgiving. We all know the consumption of meat really is a big contributor to greenhouse gas emissions. So what are some substitutes for maybe some of those typical Thanksgiving meat dishes?
Yeah, thanks for having me on today, Molly and Paul. It's good to see you both. So rather than, it's kind of like a mindset shift, rather than focusing on having the turkey as the centerpiece, if we can remove the turkey or at least remove maybe 25 to 50% of the meat dishes, you can make a very big impact on the planet as well as your health. So things like grain bowls or stuffings or soups. So stuffings without the bird. This is actually a mushroom stuffing. It was slow cooked in the slow cooker, and it has a really nice umami flavor that's similar to meat, super satisfying and delicious. So focusing on grains and vegetables as a centerpiece, and sides are usually the best thing anyway, right? Like the turkey's always dry. So going for the sides and making them the focal point.
All right, now someone like me who is a carnivore, they're worried about perhaps these meat substitutes and the flavor. So what would you tell them?
Yeah, I mean, if Paul, you may be dying to try that tofurkey. It could be a good time to try that tofurkey. But you can also just think about other grains and beans and legumes. They also have a lot of protein. So finding some delicious, hearty casserole dishes, like you can just have really delicious comfort food and hearty food in casserole. So beans, even pasta, like maybe straying away from traditional food and making a pasta bake. So things that just, that'll be comforting to you, but substituting that meat component.
So you always hear people say shop local, shop for what's in season. Why is that so important around the Thanksgiving holiday?
Yeah, Thanksgiving and all year round, whenever you can shop local, number one, it's better for the planet because you're reducing your carbon footprint. It's also supporting local farmers and local businesses, and it's also more nutritious and oftentimes more flavorful. And if you don't have all of the produce that you want locally, you can actually just shop regionally too. So that's still a big benefit for the planet when you're shopping regionally. But there's some beautiful produce that's in season right now. Red peppers, pears, make a beautiful pear crisp for Thanksgiving dessert, kale, collards, so many beautiful vegetables and fruits.
As we speak, there are people up this morning. They are peeling potatoes, chopping onions, cutting up some celery. So what should be done with some of the food waste that this holiday produces?
Yeah, one thing I love to do with all of those peels and waste, and here I have broccoli, and we often cut off the stems and throw them out. Stick them in a big pot, fill the pot up with water, enough to cover the vegetables, and simmer for like an hour or two, and you're gonna have yourself a beautiful vegetable broth. And then from there, if you're able to compost those vegetables, let them compost, and they'll go right back into the soil and nourish the soil. And when you plant your garden, you're getting all those healthy nutrients. But then also just saving whatever you can. So don't let leftovers go to waste. They make great leftovers for days to come, or you can freeze them, get some eco-friendly containers. Glass is better than plastic for both the planet and our health. And also, I love to reuse any kind of condiment jars. They're great for sauces and dressings and soups. So you can store these away for later. They also make fun gift ideas. So if you make some roasted nuts, want to give them as gifts for the holidays, you can always put them in here and tie a little bow around them.
Love that idea. So many people, like Paul, the carnivore over here, will be frying their turkey. How can we recycle our used cooking oil?
Yeah, that's a great question because so often we use oil, many of us use oil on a daily basis, and rather than throwing it down the drain, which is harmful for your plumbing system and also harmful for the planet, it can be reused. So stick it again, using those old condiment jars or any packaging that you have. Store the oil from Thanksgiving and throughout the week in these jars or in some kind of packaging, and then bring it to your local recycling center. This oil can be reused for diesel, for soaps, for cosmetics, lots of things. So it's great to be able to reuse it.
All right, great tips, and hopefully helping people have a greener and healthier Thanksgiving. As dietitian and nutritionist Nicole Dandrea-Russert from purelyplanted.com, thanks for speaking with us this morning.
We